draft. Undying Gyrocopter is going to be banned out by GGuard. Meanwhile, IO Bat going to take the boot out from TNC.
Yeah, I mean, Gyrocopter being banned out, there's no surprise whatsoever. So strong in this tournament after 6.84. Queen of Pain, I'm still surprised so many pick her in this tournament. Like, really? I think every second game we have a Queen of Pain, or she's banned.
Yeah, she's been pretty much everywhere, but when you have TNC who decide to first pick a Drow Ranger, you have a lot of flexibility in how you want to approach that matchup. Drow Ranger, though she is a very powerful hero, though she can do pretty well as an assister for the team just by adding everyone's damage output. If you go for heroes that can blink and can get right into her face, then her effectiveness drops off really hard, and Queen of Pain is a hero that can do that.
Yeah. On the other side, we have a Drow Ranger and the Disruptor. To be honest, all the Disruptors I've seen so far, they did quite a nice job. I think on the first day we have one of the Disruptors, the most ballsy I've ever seen. The last Disruptor we saw, well, that didn't really work out for Mineski there. But let's see, we have the second ban rotation here, Nature's Prophet, so no Red Dota Alliance style coming out, and also the PL being banned. To be honest, the PLs we saw in this tournament so far also quite disappointing, so I didn't really feel the threat of the PL machine.
Yeah, but GGuard, they need their hard carry, and they're probably going to get it, whether it's PL or not. It is a hero that, just with the lands, can make Drow Ranger's life a little bit more difficult, and you doppelgang into her. She is a purely single-target focused hero. Would be really a tough time for Drow Ranger, but in the past games, just yesterday, Drow Ranger has been partnered up with Gyrocopter a lot, Nature's Prophet a lot, and, well, GGuard have banned both of those heroes out even before the Drow Ranger was even picked, so it's going to be TNC definitely looking for more ranged heroes. The Viper, Razor, all these heroes, they're still good to partner up with Drow Ranger, but the real premium heroes are being banned out by GGuard.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also glad we don't have a Phoenix, because in all those clutch fights we saw that the Phoenix can be like a real machine. If you don't get that egg down, like, you have to retreat, and on the retreat you mostly, you pay it with a lot of sacrifices on the way. Now, I'm pretty curious what GGuard is going for. A second core is definitely something we want to see right now, something greedy, because there's a Drow Ranger on the other side, which means that's a ticking time bomb. If a Drow Ranger gets all the farm he wants, plus maybe a second support that really synergizes well with him, then yeah, you have to put something in his way.
Yeah, definitely heroes that have mobility are going to be at a premium. Slark, Phantom Assassin, very traditional counter Drow Ranger picks, and we're looking at it right now for GGuard. Yeah, Disruptor makes it so that the Slark maybe not as attractive as the PA, but yeah, they can pick up any one of those blinkers, anyone with a Shadow Blade or any sort of natural invisibility, and try to shut down the Drow Ranger through those means. Whereas for TNC, I mean, they have the Drow Ranger, they're going to be looking for ranged heroes, but outside of that, they could go for pretty much whatever they want.
I'm pretty surprised that GGuard did not ban Vengeful Spirit or the Visage yet, because that's something TNC already played, and this combination, it could come out. Now we have a Winter Wyvern on Wyvern or Wyvern, what do we say?
I think it's Wyvern.
It's Wyvern, but other people pronounce it Wyvern, so I guess we go with I don't know what.
We'll call it both and then just confuse everyone.
Okay, that sounds good. Either way, so we have that. That's one exciting thing. The second exciting thing is coming out right now. We have Drow Ranger Visage, so do we get the Vengeful Spirit?
I mean, he's still in the pool, but then you have to have, Visage, Disruptor, Vengeful Spirit fighting for one of those core roles, and that's definitely less than ideal. I think for TNC, they should just be happy that they have the Visage and they have the Drow Ranger. That combo is pretty ridiculous, even though with the newest patch, I think it's technically .A4B, I think. It just happened like yesterday, overnight, or something like that.
Yeah.
Visage got a slight nerf. His familiars, I believe, take one less hit to actually go down. So not going to be as strong as if they actually went with this game with the same draft yesterday. But still, Visage Drow Ranger, that's a ridiculous amount of damage. But Winter Wyvern, it's actually going to be the first time that I have actually casted her, I think, maybe it. I'm not really sure what the gender of Winter Wyvern is, but yeah, as a support hero, which I'm assuming that's how GGuard is going to run the hero, seems like it's pretty reasonable up against TNC, especially since you get a lot of physical resistance by being able to entomb your allies.
Yep, actually I was quite shocked about the patch overnight, like after a very nice night spent with Cyclops here around the venue in the Malaysian nightlife, if you want to call it like this. Waking up today, coming to the venue, and the first thing I hear is like, oh, Dota changed again, so we have to see how this is affecting the games today. All those tweaks were pretty much just number tweaks, no big major changes. All the big major changes of 8.4, they pretty much remain the same, so I don't fear too much.
Yeah, Yeah, but for the Winter Wyvern, I mean, we have been seeing him occasionally even first banned out. Maybe it's because here players and teams are not really prepared to deal with the hero, but it's I'm just going to mouse through all the skills for you guys in case you're not entirely familiar with this hero, one of the newer additions to the CM scene. GGuard going to grab this most likely, now looking more like a support, as they also grab a Zeus. Yamate has been playing the Zeus for GGuard, but Yamate's Queen of Pain also is something of nightmares, so TNC are going to struggle either way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, now with the Disruptor and the Puck combination, it's quite sick, to be honest, because the Puck ultimate holding someone in place, the Disruptor ultimate coming in, so Queen of Pain, Zeus being silenced, as well as Winter Wyvern, which means we have like all those disables and all those pretty heavy nuke spells, they will be disabled for some second, which gives an easy time for example, a Drow Ranger to nuke them down. Not to mention that we can also have those silences changed. Like chained, we have Disruptor ultimate into the Drow Ranger Gust, and maybe even the Visage is coming in for mini stun, and also the Puck has a silence. So we are looking at 3 heroes with a silence right now against a caster setup, which is pretty hard for GGuard.
Yeah, though TNC, they have silences galore. What they lack though is actually solid stuns, and you know, in versus GGuard most of the time, I think silences are going to be good enough. You don't exactly need those stuns, but you're probably better off having stuns than not having stuns. So for TNC, maybe they're going to be a little bit hard crowd control light. They're going to have to make sure that they layer those silences really well if they want to lock down the Queen of Pain and actually make sure that they bring down their targets. But we are now going to have the last bans out. Broodmother going to be kicked out, as is the Spectre. Got to protect that Drow Ranger, man, as GGuard haven't really committed a whole bunch into actually killing her off.
To be honest, I would like to see something on GGuard that has more substance, something that is not that vulnerable to silences. Well, Temple Assassin, I'm not really sure that's exactly what I wanted to see, because once her refraction charges are down, which is, for example, easy to achieve by Visage Birds, then if she's silenced and doesn't get refraction or melt up, then I don't know what happens to her. She's just blowing up.
Yeah, and with the so far 4 range heroes coming out from TNC, Templar Assassin, though she may have softer targets to go for, might also run into a problem of just being kited, running into a kinetic field, getting tethered to the floor, and then Templar Assassin, who's not actively hitting people, is just a terrible hero. You actually need to be hitting people the entire time in the fight, and that might be a little bit difficult for G-Guards, who are also, to be fair, a little bit CC light. Like, they have a minor amount of slope in which Wyvern, Queen of Pain, Earthshaker has a stun, but that's about it.
Okay, and we get the Leshrac. Okay, with the Leshrac we get some pushing power as well into this game. And the Visage Burst plus the Drow Ranger Aura, that's actually quite something you can send even without a hero being there. Like TNC, I've watched a game, it's quite a while ago, but I watched a game where with the Familiars they were split pushing all the time, and it was quite sick what they achieved, building damage especially.
And now TNC, they already had a good amount of pushing power. That's just what happens whenever you pick up a Drow Ranger. But now with the Leshrac, they actually have pushing power that starts off very, very early on. And looking at the counter push of GGuard, it's not bad, but it'll force GGuard into super defensive plays relatively early. But again, I think that's going to be what GGuard actually wanted to do. We've been seeing this from pretty much all of GGuard's drafts so far. They've never really gone for the super late game. They're looking to apply pressure in the early mid game, take the advantage there, and hopefully for them, take the win in that period of time.
Yep. And before we jump into this game, a nice reminder for all the viewers that just joined the stream or just came here into the venue. If GGuard is here in the loser bracket, if they win, they go against Mineski or Signature, which is also just as a pretty much bad call. And one of those winner bracket finalists, they will also be kicked down, which means GGuard might go again against Hot 6 or EP. So they always have hard opponents in front of them in this tournament. But let's hop into this game and introduce them.
All right, TNC, they're going to put Noji on the Drow Ranger. Cool looking scarf on her. AU is going to be playing the Visage Teehees on the Leshrac. Sam H is going to be playing the Puck. That leaves 7 on the Disruptor.
Yeah, and starting in the offlane here, we have the Zeus played by Net. In the mid, we're going to have our TA Yamate. Behind him there is the Earthshaker Ling. In the top lane, we're probably going to find, our Winter Wyvern played by Winter, which is kind of hilarious because
Ling. He's going to run to a Visage. They need some CC. Kinetic Field is going to catch him. He lands a pretty decent fissure, but he's still caught in the field. Orb through Ling, taking a lot of damage. That's going to be his death. And Visage is going to draw first blood versus GGuard. We've been seeing a couple of teams make this smoke rotation into the Secret Shop area, and it finally actually paid off.
Yep, and that gives me the time to introduce the last player. We have on the Queen of Pain, we have Ben playing. And you didn't even get my joke there. The Winter Wyvern played by Winter.
That's
Come
not
on.
actually a joke.
That's funny.
I don't know, your definition of humor is kind of slack. I'll give you points for flavor. I'll give GGuard in general points for flavor for that one. Because it is Winter Wyvern in every sense of the word.
Okay, jumping off my joke here. It was a 50-50 rune split. Everybody gets something, but of course TNC in a nice start into this game with the first blood. That's some nice bonus cash coming out. And now we have to see how the laning stage goes.
Well, it looks like it's just going to be a Templar Assassin in the mid lane. GGuard had quite a few options as far as the hero that they wanted to send there. They probably are going to be okay with this Templar Assassin versus Leshrac matchup, but Leshrac 9 times out of 10 is going to be maxing out Lightning Storm, and I think in the mid lane it's going to be no different. Yamate will be able to block occasionally those lightning hits, but he does have to deal with Leshrac with extra damage from Precision Aura, plus a pretty heavy stat build to start things off. So what you see right now, Teehee constantly poking at Yamate, is most likely never going to change.
To be honest, I'm kind of disappointed that I see Yamate now on the TA and the Leshrac against him, because Yamate himself plays a quite interesting Leshrac. But oh, look at this! There is a nice stun, but there's no follow-up by the TA. I think he actually could have made a hit possible there.
But maybe Yamate didn't realize that Ling was actually rotating in. If Yamate was just going to turn around, hit Teehee just for a couple of times, that can be a kill. What Leshrac has in lane control, he really does lack in his just raw ability to survive, even though he has gone for a Null Talisman and a couple of extra stat items. If you land a Fissure, just 1 or 2 hits from the Templar Assassin, even with the level 1 Refraction Shield, doesn't add that much damage, but it adds enough to actually put Leshrac in the ground. So Teehee, he's going to have to play this a little bit more carefully and keep his spacing. Spacing is going to be the most important thing for this Leshrac in the mid lane.
And talking about spacing, also here in the offlane, Sam is going to have a hard time. Look at this now, Winter coming aggressively in. Of course, the Arctic Burn makes it so hard. He can just follow you anywhere, like half HP off a puck. And also the Queen of Pain, whenever he's in range, just, yeah, Shadow Strike, right clicks, that puck really is going to have a hard time. And now they're going to even go aggressive on him.
Well, they'll throw the dagger, and that's actually going to connect on the puck. Not something you see every day because it's usually pretty easy to dodge, but that's not going to be lethal. Sam H still has a salve, so he's going to be just fine. But Winter Wyvern, even though that Arctic Burn is a very...
There it is. There's the stun and there's the right click. That's the final. Yeah, revenge kill for GGuard. That's the equalizer.
Well, I mean, he had a salve, so I assumed he was going to drink it, since that's usually what you do when you're at low HP. But bottom lane, yeah, they're going to take out Zeus. Just 3 ranged heroes right there, and Glimpse level 1, not really the most impressive skill, but Zeus, not exactly the most mobile hero, boots or not.
Oh, that was beautiful. The Zeus, he came a bit too far out of his tower. Easy glimpse for the Disruptor, and the rest was really just right-click business. So TNC easily getting revenge in their own tri-lane.
Teehee is going to get walled off by a Fissure. Yamate this time laying into Leshrac from the beginning. They're going to easily snag that kill on the Lesh, and well, it's the second rotation from Ling, currently sitting at 0-1-2. That first blood, not looking too bad now that he's gotten 2 assists.
Oh, and I definitely love it. We are 2 minutes into this game, already 4 kills with a very early first blood. This is very, very promising. I'm looking ahead. This has to be a good game.
Well, bottom lane, Noji's still getting pretty much complete farm. As to be expected, there's nothing that Zeus can do, but oh, Sam H, what are you doing all the way there? Winter has already used his, well, all of his skills, doesn't have enough mana for anything. Sam H now going to chug his salve. Ling is going to pressure this puck out, but you cannot beat a puck like that. Puck has boots and is ranged. Ling, just a very slow cow, can't really do anything about that. So Puck maybe having a little bit of a tough time in his offlane net. About equal, though. Has a couple of skill points saved up, but really those skills aren't going to save him. But we do see from TNC, they're going to maybe make some sort of aggressive rotations.
Yeah, to be honest, the offlaners in this game, they're not really happy, to be honest. The harass on them is real. They can't really leave the tower. The Puck is even a mobile hero, but oh, there's a glimpse in the mid, catching the TA.
Her Refraction's going to get burned through instantly. Split Earth not even being used yet, will be juked, but while Yamate was trying to juke out that Split Earth, all the while Edict was tearing through her. She was getting hit by a whole bunch of heroes with +9, not too bad for this early stage of the game. And TA, she doesn't really have anything to defend herself with yet. Melds probably wouldn't have saved her, maybe would have bought her a little bit of time, but Refraction not exactly going to do it versus an Edict, even if it is only level 1 Edict.
Yeah, and I love how both teams rotate into this mid, try to make something happen, and I think it's the right thing, because Templar Assassin, everybody knows it, it's a snowball hero. Give her too much at the beginning, you will regret it later, that's for sure. So shutting Yamate down right now here is probably the best thing you can have.
And it's not only just shutting down the Templar Assassin as a hero, it's also shutting down Yamate as a player. They're going to go again, hit with a Split Earth, free hand, now the Edict and the field going to keep Yamate in place. The Earthshaker's coming in, but it's way too slow. Visage, with the assumption, is going to burn down that Templar Assassin for the second time. And well, Yamate, yeah, he's a very momentum-based player. If he's not going to get off to a great start, he really just doesn't perform as well in general. And, well, he's not actually off to a great start in this game. 1-2-0, not the score you want to have on your mid lane player ever. Yeah,
the problem about the Earthshaker, he was not rotating in because he was protecting net there, dewarding. He found a regeneration rune, was spamming Lightning Bolt, dewarding, so he had to protect 2 targets. In the end, it was a TA they went for. Over top, that puck again. This time, the Illusionary Orb to the other side gets him really just barely out there.
And even though Winter Wyvern's really good up against this physical, or later physical damage output from TNC, having the super long cooldown of Arctic Burn is super inconvenient, since Puck is just going to orb away or phase shift most of those blasts, and well, at that point you're pretty much without any useful utility there. So Winter Wyvern doing his best for sure, and he's getting a couple of levels, but Ben soon is going to have to kick into gear. This Queen of Pain, though, is probably not going to have as much late game as Jar Ranger. He's going to go again for Net. They have him sighted with that Thunder Strike. Now Net's stuck in a corner. We'll throw some lightning towards the Jar Ranger. Fissure over the side. They'll get the kill, and now Net is actually still alive. He's going to try to juke his 7. Just needs a little bit more sight for a glimpse or a Thunder Strike or something, but Net, I think Thunder Strike, he's in vision, he's in range. Net is going to die right now, but it is going to be at least a retaliation kill before he goes down. At the same time, towards the top, they kill off the Puck. It looks like Ben actually did that solo.
Yeah, Ben did that solo, even without using his Sonic Wave there. So that was a relatively easy kill on the Puck, apparently. And that bottom trade, well, it was definitely nice for the Zeus. He gets the carry, the TNC carry, and just gives his life away to his support. That's a trade you can do anytime.
Well, unfortunately, though, Ling, even though he's been so great making his rotations, when you're constantly bouncing back and forth between mid and bottom, you're eventually going to get caught. And Leshrac still with only a level 1 Pulse Nova, level 1 Edict, not exactly the most impressive skills in Dota. It's more than enough to kill off an Earthshaker. He's level 4, which is not bad, but Leshrac is level 7, or now level 8, and that's just way too much for any support to deal with.
To be honest, this Leshrac is becoming scary. I'm scared of this Leshrac because he's level 8, and now he's going even to stack more. Wow, like if he gets more stats, more to spam, then this is going to be really, really dangerous for GGuard.
Oh man, speaking of dangers for GGuard, AU going to grab that Hand of Midas on the Visage. Hand of Midas on any hero, 7 minutes in the game, is insanely fast. But this is a support hero we're talking about. This has not been someone who's just been AFK farming in a lane. This guy is guaranteed his Aghanim Scepter down the line. He's guaranteed pretty much any item that he wants to go for. And when you have any hero who's like flooded with that much gold, you're going to sit pretty for the late game.
And thanks to that Midas, he's already level 6. I mean, 7 minutes in, a support hero gets a Midas plus his ultimate. That's pretty impressive, which means now we have the Familiars into play and already into position. So I'm looking forward to see the Visage action here.
And so far the Drow Ranger, she isn't going for a super agility heavy build, only 1 Wraith Band for right now. Might be turned into Aquila a little bit later down the line, but still Precision Aura with the level 6 ultimate is giving a pretty cool 24 damage to all of TNC's heroes. So that right-click damage on all the heroes in and of itself is going to be really painful, not to mention the fact that Familiars are up really, really quickly. So for GGuard, I don't really know if they have enough survivability to withstand that type of damage output. Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace needs to be there almost every single time, but even then, I don't know if it's going to save them.
And the game slowed down a tiny bit the last 2 minutes, but this might change now, because here in the bottom lane we have a rotation, but so far, is it detected? Do they see someone, or do they actually want to dive?
Was that detected? I don't know. They have an Observer Ward here, the Radiant. I don't know if they actually saw Yamate, but double damage, Templar Assassin, that's something to be scared of, even though she hasn't really had the best early game. Looks like TNC are privy to the fact that there was a threat on the bottom lane, and they will pull back and be A-okay. Still, they're okay with just sitting back and just farming it up. Eventually, though, Teehee, once he gets maybe 2 more points in the Edict, maybe just 1 more, they're going to start looking for this tower pushing to commence. And then, for GGuard, they're going to have to be forced into some fights that they might not want to take.
Oh, and look, there's a go on the Zeus. The Familiars caught him out. The Drow Ranger's just doing the rest. That's exactly what I was talking about. Those Familiars scouting out whoever sits behind the tower, the stun, and then the Drow Ranger has an easy life.
Top lane, Seven's going to get caught with the burn. Blink forward from Ben, going to pick up the Disruptor very easily. Samh has a coil, but that wouldn't have really done anything. So it's a Disruptor for Zeus trade. Both the Lightning heroes not getting that much love in this game, but for TNC, the fact that their Drow Ranger was able to jam that kill home, now she's going to lay into the tower. TP is coming in, Yamate is going to do what he can, but with the Gust back, Yamate, he's still actually going to chase forward. Has another Sonic Trap, soon as Phase Boots as well. Noji needs some support here. 2 TPs are coming in. Yamate just doesn't have enough damage output right now. Soon he's going to wander into way too many heroes. He's going to get coiled down the floor. Net's going to close in. Lightning damage to kill off the Drow Ranger. Yamate's still alive, albeit barely. Orb out from the Puck. Can't necessarily kill off Yamate, who is going to have another refraction soon. Now here comes Winter, is going to lay in the Arctic Burn. Samh is going to dodge the Lightning Bolt, but will that actually save him? I don't know. He's going to turn around, try to kill off Yamate, but but will fall just a little bit short. Meantime, GGuard, they lose their Earthshaker, but it's a small price to pay.
Well, Yamate there on the edge with his HP. That was just 100 HP left pretty much on him, but he still makes it possible. And this is an important kill. Drow Ranger, Puck, like as a side dish, this is exactly what you want. But of course they have to trade a tier 1 tower for this. If they have action in the bottom lane, then Leshrac says, okay, no problem, I got a level 2 Edict and Birds pushing with me.
He's going to get Sonic Wave to the dome. One more right click from Ben, and that's a kill. Wrong place, wrong time, Leshrac. As much farm as he has, he actually hasn't translated any of that gold into actual survivability items. I would expect something like a Bloodstone to be built up from him, and a point booster maybe would have saved him there.
Yeah, pretty much. And to be honest, I think he just lost his tower gold there. Got the last hit on the tower, dying the second after. That's of course always bad.
But still, I mean, TNC just flexing their pushing muscles. That was just a small taste of things to come for GGuard. The fact that Leshrac was able to bring down that tower so easily with just a level 2 Edict, with the Drow Ranger being dead, so no extra precision damage coming out from her, the tower still dropped like a rock. So TNC have so much pushing power in GGuard. They're going to need, I think, a little bit more in the way of kills, or they need to get Queen of Pain into action. That's going to happen once she grabs her Orchid, but man, that still seems like a very far way off, even though she does have one O-Staff completed.
Yeah, and I think we see some initiative now by GGuard. The question is now, do they find something or not?
Well, they have a level 5 Earthshaker. Zeus is working with the Thunder God's Wrath, so pretty much no matter who they run into, they're going to take a lot of burst. The question is whether or not that burst is actually going to be worth it. There are sticks, I would imagine, on most, if not all, of the TNC heroes, and if they just get a little bit of time to pop that, then the damage output of GGuard really does fall out. They might be going for a bottom lane play. TP support, though, is possible, and we did see TPs coming in previously for TNC, so they really want to keep their Drow Ranger alive. Yeah,
they suspect this. Like, everybody's super passive right now because they all feel something is going on.
Yamate actually has a Mithril Hammer. Now, that can be a BKB, but going for Desolator just to make use of the fact that TNC are super fragile as a team. Do you really think that's the best way for Yamate to build up in this game? Do you think drums or something would have been a little bit better?
To be honest, I think he needs some more stats because he might get caught out with all the silences, so I don't feel comfortable having him directly at Deso. But oh my god, he's farming the stack here, but there's a Freeman gank coming directly on top of him. They have vision. Oh my goodness, the rest is just history. Leshrac going to work.
Oh, Thunder God's Wrath. It was going to be used for scouting purposes. I'm pretty sure that's what Net's plan was. They're going to actually catch someone. AU going to get blown up immediately. Visage dominating streak down lane, dropping pretty low. Seven's going to get hit with the curse. No damage output onto him though. Savage going to kill off the Earthshaker. Ben trying to make his escape. Does get stunned though. Familiar's killing off the Queen of Pain. Now they're going to look for Winter. Glimpse back, not too far. Lightning damage onto Seven, not quite going to be enough. Winter going to try to heal himself, but I think it's only going to buy him a marginal amount of time. Net in the meantime getting chased down with Familiar. It's a complete team wipe in favor of TNC. The only cost being the Visage. That's a huge win for them.
This is unbelievable. And what's most impressive, to be honest, by TNC is Teehee. He plays with level 1 split Earth, which is the lowest radius you can get, and yet he just hits it every single time. Like that Queen of Pain stun. Absolutely impressive. Just a second before he was about to blink away.
First of all, that's a Queen of Pain, so she's going to blink away most of the time. That was a Queen of Pain also with a haste rune. Yeah. It's not easy to land Split Earth at all, let alone on a hasted target. Yet T somehow still landing that, and he really doesn't have that much as far as setup. I mean, cold arrows from the Drow Ranger, a coil maybe, but that's not really a magic missile, let's say. So T freehanding quite a few Split Earths, and now with level 4 Edict, they're going to kill off the tier 1 tower, getting a 5-for-1 plus a tower trade. Pretty much doesn't get much better than that for TNC and GGuard. Maybe that would have been a little bit better for them if they didn't filter in one at a time.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can also see that on the graphs now. Everything was kind of even so far in kills and everything, but like after this fight, it's just going so much in TNC's favor.
Not something that GGuard can't come back from. However, the late game potential of GGuard versus a Drow Ranger lineup, I mean, it's decent. If they get a kill on the Drow Ranger right now, that'll definitely help out. Blink forward, Ben's going to jump right in, has Sonic Wave, but gets silenced. They don't even need it. Fissure from Link, Queen of Pain somehow still going to get the last hit there, but I definitely think Drow Ranger is a death for GGuard, or a kill for GGuard rather. Winter Wyvern though, wandering into really the wrong neighborhood. There's nothing you want to really be doing here except for warding, and Seven I'm pretty sure is going to take care of that.
That was very ballsy by Winter. I guess that was a warding mission. I'm not sure, yeah, I think he got something off there, but wow, that was a bit too far out.
And Winter Wyvern doesn't really have the best as far as survivability is concerned. Has boots, and well, that's about it. And at this point, everyone has boots. Most heroes even have upgraded boots. So Winter Wyvern working with a pretty budget build, and she can do quite a bit. Maybe if they actually land Winter's Curse and actually have it do some damage, that could change the fight as well.
And look at bottom. TNC showing the pushing power again. Edict is coming out, but the question is now, is that punished or not? Oh my god, they're coming in. The Queen of Pain just blowing the Leshrac up.
Oh, net off to the side, though, is going to get ground down as well. 3-man coil. Yamate has another DD and a haste rune. He's going to jam it home onto the disruptor, gets glimpsed back, and now AU caught in between everybody. He's going to get hit once, and that's almost going to kill him off immediately. Ling with the Echo Slam, maybe a little bit unnecessary, but they'll clean house either way, and looks like there was an escape. Puck is going to actually still be around. Thought he TP'd out. He might run into Yamate, though. How sick are Sam H's jukes? He has a Blink Dagger, he has an Orb, and it looks like GGuard don't exactly know where he is. So Sam H should be just fine, but still, GGuard take an absolutely massive fight, blowing up the Leshrac first and foremost. Curse, at the very worst, is a point-click stun.
Yep, absolutely. They get 3 kills plus tasty birds on top. They are always good for gold. The Puck, well, thanks to his mobility, makes it out, but this is exactly the kind of revenge fight they wanted to have. And it was... Well, it was kind of obvious because they were standing in front of the Tier 1 tower for a long time, so, well, GGuard had enough time to prepare, go for that big burst, and Queen of Pain did a good job. The Leshrac out of the equation is a good fight to take.
It was very similar to the fight that TNC just took in the enemy jungle, where they immediately started the fight off without one person. Their ultimates, like the Puck Coil, was less than stellar, so yeah, TNC making a little bit more of a scattered fight than they really would like, and it gives GGuard quite a large infusion of gold. That's your Orchid on the Queen of Pain, that's your Desolator on the Templar Assassin. I don't think there's much else. Striker approaching his Blink Dagger, but still quite far away from that one. So either way, GGuard, their 2 cores, at least the heroes they need to keep alive, they now have a substantial amount of damage output.
Yeah, we have to see what happens next, because like after both teams took a bad beating, like one after another, it's kind of quiet, but maybe now there's some action coming out.
Well, they're just sitting around. Looks like TNC are thinking
bottom. That poor Leshrac is just getting blown up. The Orchid silencing him, and of course a Puck that is silenced is going down within seconds.
Yeah, Orchid, a huge item pick for Queen of Pain, just to get solo kills on anyone, but this actually enables her to kill off the Puck. If you don't have that silence, Puck escapes pretty much 99 times out of 100, but now that Ben actually has that, he has a Sonic Wave up in 10 seconds, pretty much anyone, whoever goes down into the dual combo of Ling as well as Ben, they're going to take a Sonic Wave if needed, but I don't even know if a Sonic Wave is going to be needed. Still TNC, they are still very squishy. Leshrac being the only exception, but if he dies first, TNC have no one to hide behind. They don't have a Bristleback. They don't have a Tide Hunter. They have no one who could actually tank hits.
Yep, and a small little item update. So Yamate actually went for the Desolator. We already saw it in action. Nothing else changed, but there are some crucial items coming out. Of course, the Orchid, we just saw that in action on that Puck, but there's of course also the Puck having the Blink Dagger. So that Blink Dagger might actually be something we see a great initiation with.
And they also have a soul booster into Bloodstone completed on the Leshrac. Jar Ranger should be going for an S and Y and should have that one pretty quickly. Unless she gets jumped now, Yamate looks like doesn't really have an easy way to get in there. No Blink Dagger yet, maybe not at all for Yamate. So going for that kill just by himself is probably just going to be brick walled by a Gus. But either way, TNC, they've taken out all the Tier 1 towers, which is to be expected with Leshrac. They actually haven't really tried to go for many Tier 2 tower pushes, and to me that's a little bit surprising.
Because every time they go further than the Tier 1 line, they got pretty much a beating. There is always the impending doom, the initiation on both sides, because both of the teams, they have nice initiation heroes, and it's really about, you saw it, blow up one hero, take him out of the equation, and the fight is just shifting towards you. That's what we saw so far, but I can't complain, Mike. We have almost 30 kills in like 18 minutes, so we're about to have 2 KPM. That's always good.
2 Kappas per minute?
2 Kappas per minute.
That's really low, man. That's disappointing, but Blink Dagger is not actually coming out from Templar Assassin. I would have thought that Yamate, given the strategy that you just suggested before, just go in, kill someone off, and then take the fight as it comes afterwards, would have gone for something to actually get into the base of the Jar Ranger and actually kill her off quickly. With Mask Madness turned on, Yamate maybe will be able to 2-3 Ranger.
Yeah, and also look at that Zeus. I'm actually surprised that the Zeus makes it into so much net worth, because his offlane, also the Puck's offlane was horrible, but like with all these fights and the kills they got there, both offlaners, they sort of recuperated and then finally also make a dent into this game.
Yeah, Soul Booster into a Bloodstone for net as well. Maybe not going to provide him as much bonus, but oh no, G. There's an Assassin waiting for you. That's Templar Assassin as well. Thunder God's Wrath, not quite going to kill Steel, but Yamate is going to get the kill anyway.
Sneaky.
And, yeah, that's mostly what I would imagine Yamate doing should he pick up a Blink Dagger, but it looks like BKB is going to be his choice instead. If you can keep finding Invis runes, don't need a Blink Dagger, man.
Yep, and this was pretty much without crazy vision. This was just going there and, oh look, there's a random draw I can just burst down. And of course Desolator melted. That was the first 50%, and then the gust, the reaction of the draw was really fast, but not fast enough.
Yeah, you need like split-second timing, like milliseconds if you're going to actually defend yourself against that. Especially since Thunder God's Wrath now is level 2. That in and of itself is going to take down about a third, let's say, of Gyro Ranger's HP pool. Sanjinyashi definitely going to help in that regard, but not going to save her in its entirety. Ling, he is awkwardly stuck in the top lane, but looks like Seven will not be able to pursue that one out. Still, we're looking at Roshan that has not died yet, and both sides have quite easy ways of actually killing off Roshan, especially TNC, with the damage coming out from their Gyro Ranger.
Yep, and to be honest, now looking also at the time, 20 minutes, a 15-15 score, we pretty much have on both teams the means to also do Roshan. A lot of damage, a lot of burst, Desolator makes it even easier, but the problem is we need a big team fight, otherwise it's always a standoff around this area.
It's a little bit awkward, but oh man, up towards top Ling with a Blink Echo is going to catch out the Drow Ranger with Ben, of course. And man, I'm not going to lie to you, that's exactly what I said was going to happen when they get their first kill on the bottom lane. If you get caught out with this combo, you're going to die. TNC, they're just not durable enough. They have no strength heroes, no tanks in the front lines, and well, it's going to show through. And now Sentry gets dropped by Winter. Doesn't actually clear anything out, but it does seem like GGuard are slowly trying to get into a position to take Roshan.
Yep. And this was also the first time we saw the blink action by the Earthshaker. So Puck and Earthshaker both have those initiation items, and every time it leads to a nice kill. Finally, the Earthshaker can play a bigger role in this game.
Well, Visage still working away with that Hand of Midas. He's had it for like 15 minutes now or something. He's going to go towards Agnes after Ling. Might get caught back with a Glimpse. Glimpse actually not going to do anything. Seven does fail that skill, doesn't move him at all. Now Teehee, he's caught out all alone. Yamate's going to close in. Split Earth is going to land. Yamate's taking a lot of damage. BKB is not up yet, but they will kill off the Puck in exchange. Now the Familiar is coming in. Ben on the run, has a blink, so he should be just fine. Familiar stun not quite going to do it. Soul Assumption from long range. Ben is going to get hit by that, but he's still fine. Seven looking for a glimpse, can't quite find that one either. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of GGuard, even though Yamate, his death really, really stings. TNC, they really don't have much fighting potential with just their Leshrac down.
It was actually pretty hilarious because that Queen of Pain almost died to...
Oh no, you're going to get jumped again by the Fissure combination from Ling. He's going to get dropped down immediately. Ling taking quite a beating as well, but they don't have their Gyro Ranger, which means no extra damage. Now AU, he's going to get hit down by all the Lightning Strike and the cold damage from Winter. Not quite going to be enough though. Visage is tanking with his point booster. Net is going to get the final bolt in. Split Earth a little bit too late from Teehee. They will take out the Zeus in exchange, but a whole bunch of heroes dead. Winter now on the run out is going to try to make a TP. It looks like it's going to just barely escape.
Oh, nice
Winter
one.
surviving, albeit barely.
Yeah, Winter did the right play. He knew the glimpse is out, so the bird's already dropped, which means there's nothing, absolutely nothing that can interrupt him. Everything on cooldown. So nice play there by Winter. What I wanted to say, like the hilarious part about this fight was that Ben on that Queen of Pain almost died to a Leshrac that was already dead. Because Edict, once you pop it, it just keeps on ticking on you.
Yeah, and Ben is not exactly that tanky just yet. BKB on him is coming up as well, but we saw problems there for GGuard that their BKBs, though they are being built, they're not completed. And should they have had those BKBs, like the Templar Assassin stuck in the Static Storm, probably actually walked out of there, maybe even gets a couple kills on the way out, but just because they're a little bit off of those items, it is really hindering GGuard's ability to fight right now.
Oh, but I still think it's fine. We're 22 minutes in, they start to build the BKBs, and that's also, of course, known to TNC, which means they have sort of a half-life on their whole huge magic burst. So we have to see how they counter it. Especially the first fights with those BKBs, they're gonna hurt, because 10 seconds magic immunity, that means the damage will rely on what? Visage Birds, Drow Ranger. That's pretty much most of the damage that comes out against BKB targets.
But to be fair, that's a hell of a lot of damage.
Okay,
Plus 51 from the Drow Ranger at this point is absolutely freaking insane. Not to mention Leshrac with the Ghost Scepter now, going to keep himself more or less completely safe versus Yamate's TA. So the Leshrac, though he is being bursted down pretty much before all these fights have been starting, I don't really know if that's going to be the case. He just needs a little bit of space to slip out with the Ethereal form, and then he's good to go. Maybe even turn around and fight should his bottle be full. Yep,
definitely. And it also feels like GGuard feels more and more comfortable right now, because like the last fights were either balanced or in their favor, and that's exactly what they needed after a game that started with the first part on their side. But now we have to see the birds are already fishing for something.
They'll plant some aggressive vision, but that's about it that TNC are going to accomplish. I think they did see the Templar Assassin there, but Yamate, he did back off just in time, so he will be A-okay, but now TNC, they know that if GGuard are coming in, they will know about it, so working with that medallion, working with the plus 51 still damage from this Gyro Ranger. Roshan taking a beating. Here comes some vision dose damage. Going to catch Ling with the coil as well. Ling in a lot of trouble. He's not going to get anything off. It seems turn around for a vision, which is going to catch San Mei. Earthshaker's still alive. Now the curse onto San Mei with Ben there as well. They will not get the kill, however. Puck will die in the end. But the rest of the team for TNC, though, going to claim Roshan. It's a puck for Roshan, but there's going to be maybe a little more fighting. Yamate doesn't have his BKB still. He's so close to getting it, but not quite there yet. He's going to glimpse back into the Static Storm, and he's going to die. Does buy the BKB recipe, so next time he'll be ready, but this time is what counts. Net not going to get the kill. It's going to be the Earthshaker to jam that one home. Ben going to jump forward. Sonic Wave onto AU and T both, but T's still alive, and Net on the corner is going to commit Sudoku and will go down. Echo Slam onto AU. In the meantime, AU dropping really low really quickly will go down as well. T still alive, but really not for much longer. He does hop his ethereal form. Ben, no more cooldowns available, but Winter is still in the area, not quite going to get the kill still. Leshrac is going to survive. Now Winter going to try to TP up, but the damage from the Gyro Ranger is so and then the Zeus ultimate killing off the Leshrac from downtown.
Man, Winter, those TPs, Jesus Christ.
The balls on Winter are huge, man. Net is going to get gusted back. Noji, I think the only survivor there for TNC. It was an ultimate 3-for-4 trade. There was an Aegis also consumed by the TNC side. So GGuard taking a fantastic fight, and still now the BKB's up on the Templar Assassin. These fights are going to look to be even better for them, especially if Winter somehow keeps surviving.
Yeah, the most hilarious part, I thought this Roshan fight is going to be something decisive, but in the end, after Roshan, the bottom line is I don't know even who was the real winner on this, but what I know is that the puck play was just amazing, like just stopping those heroes from popping into the Rosh pit, finishing Roshan, having the advantage in that fight. That was definitely a nice play by TNC, but with those plays by Winter, the TP's out, then the ranged ultimates, the global ultimates, it's, well, they got nice away in this fight, GGuard.
It's so hard to play around that as well. Like, you can focus fire on the Winter Wyvern all you want, but Cold Embrace is going to be Cold Embrace every single time. You know, didn't exactly use it that time. He actually used it in his base just to get out of the base quicker, but soon eventually that's going to come up as well from Winter, just helping his ally survive a little bit longer. But now both BKBs are up on GGuard. TNC still working with a hell of a lot of damage. It just seems like their fragility is really starting to catch up to them. They have to rely on their elusivity and their kiting. And for the puck, that's going to be really easy because he's going to have a Yule Scepter soon enough, but I don't know if that's going to be dependable every single time. They're going to see Ben glimpse back. He does juke it out with the BKB though.
BKB. He TP'd and used the BKB in the base. That was the perfect timing. If he didn't use BKB there, he would have just, landed in his doom.
He survives, but that is a 9-second BKB charge that TNC were able to burn without really committing anything of their own. So it's not a kill, which is really what they wanted, but 9-second BKB charge, that's pretty darn good as well.
Yep, definitely. Baiting out BKB charges without doing anything, it's pretty nice. Especially, they also do something in the meantime. I mean, the rest of the team, because Yamate just claims that tier 1 tower, so that's even more gold raining in on him. He has his BKB done, still on a 10-second charge. That's definitely nice. For the next fight, TA is definitely well equipped.
Oh, Leshrac, you don't want to be there, or do you? Well, maybe he does want to be there, just a little bit. Going to take a little bit of a tickle from the Zeus. Winter Wyvern is in the area, but can't really do that much. TNC assembling the troops, however. They have their target in sight. It's Ben. He will get out of there and be A-okay. But for the GGuard side, they're really itching for a fight right now. Gloom's back onto Ben. Still does not have his BKB up. That would have been really bad if he actually got Static Storm there. But Disruptor doesn't really have that one yet.
I love how those teams circle around. They have nice vision on both sides. So sometimes, or mostly, they know exactly what's going on. It's like, who comes first? And there's the Echo Slam.
He dropping so low, no Ghost Scepter available. That wouldn't have saved him anyway. Yamate now with the BKB is charging forward, looking for AU. Will settle for the Gyro Ranger. She has a lot of movement speed, but you can't really escape from this Templar Assassin. She will get pushed out of the fight. In the meantime, 2-man coil, but there's no follow-up to that coil at all. Ben off to the side is going to look for AU. Orchid Burn will take that kill. Blink forward will kill off Noji as well. Gets a double kill. Disruptor being chased down in the meantime. You can't escape from heaven. Net is going to jam that kill home, and Puck, well, he's awkwardly to the side, doesn't really have much else. He'll throw out the orb, but he used his silence as a misclick, and now Sanix is going to die. Net will turn around. Orchid there as well. They'll kill off the Puck. It's a 5-for-1 for GGuard, and TNC just get completely crushed.
This was a good fight by GGuard. Nice initiation. I mean, it was sort of a suicide command, of course, for the Earthshaker going in there, but his initiation made this whole fight possible. Going in there, a 5-for-1, that's exactly what you need. This is a tier 1 tower, possibly a tier 2 tower, because who is stopping them? This is a Desolator. This is just a cliff standing between them and, of course, those tower HP. No problem for them. 2 towers, big fight.
Man, Ling's Earthshaker play has been on point for this entire game. Like, I thought that his Earthshaker play in the beginning when he was, patrolling between mid and bottom was good enough, but man, now that he has his Blink Dagger, making those types of initiations, dropping the TNC heroes down so low before TNC are even ready to fight, This is also paving the way for Ben to jump in. This is paving the way for Yamate to close in. And he has phase boots. That's about all the mobility Yamate has. He really does need someone to provide him cover if he's going to initiate. And that's going to be the Earthshaker almost every single time.
I'm surprised they didn't go for this tower, but I think this is Winter calling and voice chat. Guys, we got this. We just had a nice fight. Drop back. We go back to farm and then just build up our advantage instead of taking risks. So maybe that's the wise call. Maybe he's going to regret it soon that he didn't take that tier 2 tower. We will see how it turns out.
They got a little bit of free damage onto it, but they will back off. There's no sense pushing it when TNC are very quickly going to be respawning. What they do have, GGuard, is still a lot of burst potential. Still 30 seconds until this Sonic Wave is up, killing off Samh. Still doesn't have his Yule Scepter, to be fair, but it is a tough nut to crack, this puck, just because he's, well, going to be jumping all over the place. But the much easier nut to crack, and most more important, is going to be Teehee, caught by Yamate. Ghost Scepter is available. He pops the Edict. Fissure is there from Ling. Teehee's still ethereal, but he's still getting stunned up by Ling. Ling's getting a beating, though. Echo Slam and the right push from Yamate will get that kill. We'll pop the BKB to dodge Stack Storm damage. Ling going to get glimpsed right back. Familiars will not actually do it. It will be the Disruptor Stack Storm to get that kill through the embrace of the Winter Wyvern, but it's still going to be a fantastic trade for GGuard.
Yeah, trade absolutely worth it. That Earthshaker is really, I mean, its only purpose is make the initiation or the lockdown possible, and it's I mean, this is a mid Leshrac. He's super stacked in items and everything. Killing him is always worth it. And talking about kills and of course the items that are coming out, we have crucial items really for the next fight. We have a Yule Scepter now on our puck. There will be soon a BKB on Teehee, so that makes him a stable constant in the next fight. And of course also the other items raining step by step in, like Aghanim Scepter on the Visage. Well, this is gonna be good for TNC.
This is, you know, there are good items to have on TNC. Aghanim Scepter up on the Visage now, but these are good items, but this isn't really the game that they really wanted to play. When you have a Leshrac, you want to be very aggressively pushing tier 2 towers. Again, these tier 2 towers from GGuard, pretty darn healthy considering the fact they're up against a Leshrac and a Drow Ranger. TNC, they're on the defensive right now, and when you're running this type of Drow Ranger lineup with the Leshrac, you never really want to be on the defensive ever.
Yeah, then again, I mean, the Leshrac already, the Leshrac, I say, the Visage already paid off because like all those early kills, they were just possible by the birds scouting, looping around, making the stuns possible, and also the pushes were so successful just because of those birds. But let's see. Well, Queen of Pain here, split pushing, backed up by the Zeus, but there's an entire team waiting for them.
Oh, Zeus has another point booster, which I'm pretty sure is going to turn into the Octarine Orb if I could actually click it, but stupid Queen of Pain, Aghanim Scepter, it's a nice item and everything. Show me the Octarine Core. Yeah, he's going to be grabbing that one. Ideally, as his next item, should he actually find the gold for that. And
the biggest problem is top right now. The split push power is just coming out, and oh, Visage just TPing in there and now getting the beating by TA, but TA gotta be careful. Oh, I think he has to pop the PKB. There's no way, but he's turning around now on the draw.
Oh, he's going to take a big melt hit. BKB still up, but Thunder God's Wrath not quite going to do it. Needs one more hit. He does pop his Refraction, but now he's going to run into too many heroes. Meld will not save you there. Noji barely surviving with his life, and GGuard, I mean, that's just a Templar Assassin getting picked off, and that's just because she's a little bit too overconfident about her survivability and her damage output. Yeah,
that was Yamate just reaching the point of no return. He committed to that Drow Ranger. If he went back, he would have died anyway, so the only hope was go in frontal, just trying to get that Drow and then die after. Pretty much like, again, the suicide command. But, well, at least Ben is split pushing at the same time. Pretty much the same what TA was doing there in that top lane.
And Ben can split push really, really quickly now that he has his Aghanim Scepter up. Sonic Wave can be used not at every single creep wave, but on most of the creep waves, and Ben will be able to shove lanes. And TNC, every single time they see a Sonic Wave being deployed, yeah, it's going to be down for a little while, but at the same time, they have to go back and actually defend up against that split push from Ben. Even though he's not really the fastest pusher in the game as far as killing off structures is concerned, the damage will add up.
Yeah, and looking at the crafts now, 20 minutes later after we looked at them the first time, that big 5-man wipe was pretty much the beginning of all of this, and GGuard now having a nice advantage in both crafts and experience. It's even, yeah, really significant.
Well, TNC, they're bottled up in their jungle and really just not doing much. Occasional farm here and there, but that's really, again, not the game that they want to be playing. The game that both teams will be forced to play, however, is the Roshan game. And already we see GGuard taking initiative there. They have Ben shoving the top wave. Probably is going to hesitate to use the Sonic Wave to push that one out. But man, Ben is going to force someone from TNC to not be defending Roshan.
Oh,
and
but look at that nice ancient stack that TA is just getting. This, I think this was a triple stack. It's just raining. Yum, 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 yum. And now, oh my god, they see the birds. There's the opener on the birds, but he doesn't get them. Instead, he gets getting chain stunned. And there's the opener.
Oh, he's going to get embraced, though. A little bit of healing for him. He has BKB still, but he doesn't really have that much backup. Stackstorm not going to do anything. In fact, everyone's going to disengage from that BKB. Up on T, he gets cursed up, though. Again, no follow-up. Sonic Wave, though, is going to kill him off. And they're also going to look for AU, caught in the trees as well. Ben taking quite a bit of damage, but with still Winter, who's just walling off everyone, plus the fissure from Ling. They don't really have any place to go. Samage in the back end, Yamate has to jump in. That goes Slam, going to kill off the Gyro Ranger. Now it's AU, they'll kill him off as well. 7 with the Lightning Bolt. Samage, the Soul Strider, will kill off Yamate, but will he actually survive here? He doesn't have a TP scroll, and he's getting hunted down by everyone and their mom. And Samage, well, he's going to orb out Winter, going to heal himself up once again. Familiar's doing nothing. Because of that heal up, Familiar's now out of damage charges. Samage is going to blink down to the low ground, still being pursued out by Ben. Hasn't orked in 8 seconds. Wild Goose Chase, someone cue Benny Hill. Well, up to the high ground. No, he's not going to go. He's still caught on the low ground. He's going to get hit with the Shadow Strike and Silence and brought down.
Oh, God.
A 1 for 5 for GGuard.
1-5 trade. Losing the TA there was thanks to the puck, and that was a wild goose chase. You said it, they were hunting the birds as well as that last survivor. Well, this is looking bad for TNC. GGuard getting more and more momentum. We just showed the graphs. Now this is also a nice follow-up into Roshan. I think they should have enough power to punch through even without the TA. I mean, having the Desolator is a nice thing on Roshan, having that punch power of the TA, but this should be enough.
Yeah, double damage on the Queen of Pain, similar to the Desolator probably. This is something that TNC know about. I don't know if they could assemble the troops fast enough. The Familiars are in the area. Ideally for them, they deny the Aegis. Maybe they're going to make that happen, but actually Ling dropping very low. He's going to run to a pack of birds or a flock of birds. He's going to be surviving for right now. They're going to go instead for Winter. Is going to Glimmer out of there. Familiars using all their drops. They're going to come back with a lot of damage, and Ben, he's not really in fighting shape right now. These Familiars are way too difficult to handle, but Yamate is perfectly healthy. He's going to jump right in. Familiars still looking for this deny. They're going to tear through the shield. Yamate BKB is up. He grabs the Aegis as well. And now can he make his escape? Has no BKB. Glimpse from 7 is not quite in range, and now he's going to be A-okay.
Oh, that was so close. Nice play there by GGuard. I really thought they're going to wipe in that Rosh pit the longer it takes. They were so low HP. Roshan punching them after the bird stuns. But yeah, Yamate respawning, blinking in, finishing the job what his team already begun. So for them, go back to base, heal up, and well, TNC, they have to face the next fight against the Aegis.
TNC on the defensive, that's when they could actually make sure the positioning is as perfect as it can possibly be. When you have a fight happening, you know, over here, when you get walled off by a fissure, caught by everything the Winter Wyvern has, it does a hell of a lot of AoE damage. So that's when TNC really are going to struggle. But when they're on the defensive, when they're defending their tier 2 towers, they can reposition themselves so that they're not getting caught out by those fissures or by those curses. They're going to run to net though. Ben is there as well. Net can take quite a bit of damage, but not enough damage. Sonic Wave through as Ben is going to go deep for 7. Shadow Strike will kill 1 off. AU will be just fine, but now with 1 kill, Net's going to get juiced up right back to full with the Embrace, and they will continue this bottom tier 2 push.
Yeah, that's an easy kill, nice disruptor and 1 bird, that's like, what, 400 gold, something like that. And we also have some nice combinations now coming out by Winter. Like, Winter can actually heal for so much at the moment. We have Cold Embrace plus the Glimmer Cape, which makes you almost, even after the little nerf we had overnight, like almost immune to almost everything. Plus the mech, plus the heal of Embrace. So many pluses. Like, I don't know, like, it's pretty insane what he can heal through.
Plus mechanism, plus bottle, plus everything, plus everything, yeah. They're going to clean up most of the Familiars. Visage does have a resummon, however, so he's still going to be at fighting shape. But if those Familiars get dropped again, it's a lot harder to bring them down now in the new patch, but a little bit easier to kill them off in the newest patch. Teehee's on the front lines. He doesn't really have any backup right now. Blink forward from Ben. BKB does go up on Teehee. He's going to pop everything that he has, but he's taking a lot of damage in the meantime. Focused down by Yamate as well as Ben. Will he be able to actually kill him off, though? Ben going to get Embraced back at the full HP. No physical damage coming output from these heroes. They will kill off the Leshrac, and now glimpse back onto Ben. Going to land a 3-man Sonic Wave, though. He doesn't have many backup, but Link's going to jump in with the Echo Slam. Gets a double kill immediately. They'll kill off the last hero, Visage, as well. Still has the birds in the air, but Yamate has an Aegis. He doesn't give a damn that he just died right now because it's only the Drow Ranger to survive.
Oh, just a Drow Ranger and 3 birds. That's the only base defense at the moment with the fresh Yamate. Like, nothing happened. He's just going for that base. The next creep wave is coming in. Oh, TNC is getting such a beating here. And do we even have more? Do we have more buybacks available? No, nothing.
Not a single buyback for TNC. So these birds, they're doing what they can, but once they pop back up, if they're destroyed, Visage doesn't have a resummon for a very, very long time. I don't know if GGuard actually going to be able to kill them off. If they don't, that's actually not a huge deal. Yeah. They'll settle for a tier 3 tower, maybe Raxus. They'll get 1. Winter's chasing for another, but man,
Drow Ranger can't get close to this. If Drow Ranger just comes 1 step close to this, then the Earthshaker is going to jump her. Then the Zeus plus the Templar Assassin blink in. That's no way he can survive. So for him, it's just watching how his base is just falling apart.
Actually, GGuard don't get as much as I really thought. I mean, not killing off the range tracks isn't really a terribly huge deal, but I thought at least they would take the entire thing. That's fine though. Familiars are going to buy TNC a little bit of space, a little bit of time, but GGuard in 20 seconds they'll have the Queen of Pain back up again, and man, she overperformed so much in that game. But also now Winter Wyvern, his Cold Embrace is really starting to shine through, because TNC at this point are all in on the physical damage. You do 0 physical damage when you're hitting a chilled target.
Yep, definitely. But GGuard, I said it earlier already, they're playing safe. They know they're Malaysia's last hope, but oh my god, the puck finding that Zeus.
Net has a ton of Bloodstone charges though. I don't know if he's going to escape here. It looks like he's probably going to go down. Thunder God's Wrath, because you might as well Sonic Wave through, and well, Zeus is going to kill himself off instead. He'll be up in 13 seconds, no big deal. Maybe he would have been better off not using the ultimate there, but it's a nice kill for TNC, but I don't think it's really going to impact how this game is going to flow, just because they didn't even get the kill.
Yeah, he had 16 charges or something. He used his ultimate and some spells, and then, well, you might as well just suicide, not give the enemy anything, and he's already back. So, not much lost at all.
I think the only thing that GGuard actually lost was the ultimate cooldown there, but that's not really too relevant. Oh, Yamate, it's a trap! Sam H, don't go there. Yamate's going to drop him down to Havoc with 1 hit. Phase Shift is going to buy him a little bit of time, has a blink out, has a Eul Scepter as well, so he should be surviving. Yamate is going to get some backup if he needs it, but he doesn't. Still just flexing his muscles there. You got to be careful where you walk.
Nice reaction there by the puck. Really nice reaction. If he would have gotten the second hit, that might have been already it. And also the nice Eul Scepter reaction. That's, well, you see both teams really alert here. I mean, it is the loser bracket after all. Who loses here is out, can go home. And this is, of course, something both teams don't want to see.
Oh, they're still in this game, TNC, though, at a massive disadvantage. Now up to 20k in the gold department, 25k plus in experience. Roshan still not going to be responding for quite a long time. GGuard did use that Aegis effectively to actually take the bottom racks there, but man, this Yamate Templar Assassin, though he did have a really rough start, is now transitioning into the full-on late-game TA. Crit and Desolator, that hurts like a bitch, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure how TNC see the next fights, because the problem is like Tihi's damage, you saw it, he was blowing everything out with the full BKB charge, and nobody was really impressed. Whoever was on low HP, Winter took care of that, just healing against it. And also the Drow Ranger, his uptime in those fights is so low, he just doesn't get to hit the right targets, and that's what I fear for TNC. At the moment, GGuard, their burst damage is so much higher, even though we thought in the draft that TNC is going to make a lot more happen by split pushing, for example, but it's just not coming.
Maybe it's a side effect of GGuard having very mixed damage output, like they have the Templar Assassin, obviously pure physical coming out from her. Then you have the Zeus, has a ton of magical damage, now with the nice green refresh orb in his inventory. Magical from GGuard, so you want to protect yourself from all these magic heroes, since there's 4 magic heroes, one physical hero, but when you're getting all those survivability items, Yamate's tearing through you with his sheer right-click damage. Now GGuard, they are pissed. They are on the hunt right now, and TNC, they don't have familiars in the air. No, they do. They have 2 familiars. And
yeah, they actually lost just 1 to the TA. So those birds were supposed to scout. In the end, they got scouted, and yeah, they lost 1. Again, a bad start, but we see GGuard, they're approaching the enemy base. They want to do something. Finally, they get out of their farming and defensive and play safely mode into push and aggressive. That's what we want to see here.
There's a Blink of Dagger on the Wyvern right now, so Blink into Curse, though not ideal for starting off fights, is a decent way that they can actually execute. Yamate's going to hit with the Split Earth. He's a little bit of help, Silence as well, but now the Curse is going to be A-OK. Back into half HP, and now the Thunder God's Wrath once and twice. Noji going to hit with Sonic Wave, is going to get cursed up as well. Yamate's going to jump right back in. They're going to go for AU next, who's sheeped up. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, nor is 7. Well, Ghost Scepter is available, but would that actually help him glimpse back onto Yamate? Net has a Blink Dagger, as does Ben. They'll jump forward and get a clean team wipe. GGuard lose the Earthshaker, but man, the embrace from Winter Wyvern, bailing them out for the upteenth time.
This is bad news, because look at the pushing power. Malaysia's here right now here. They're just going through mid, and I have no idea what stops them to just go top and finish this.
Visage, buyback, be a hero, 1v5, 1v4, no problem, man. Visage will do it. Yeah.
I don't think that's really possible. I mean, another 30 seconds, that is definitely enough. The Visage Birds are coming in, trying to slow this down a bit, but they don't even reach the crown. They're getting killed on the way, so range strikes it is first. Winter healing up everyone.
Oh no, AU. I just said you were going to be a hero.
Oh, yeah, they just finish him.
Yeah, buyback into do absolutely nothing. Not a great way to win the game, but it's going to be GGuard to win the game anyway.
And what a game it was.
Oh man, that was... I really didn't expect that to go that way. Like, I thought TNC really would have had a little bit more time, at least taking on the tier 2 towers, but the fact that they didn't get a single tier 2, that's the really surprising thing to me.
It really was. It was that one fight, that one big fight. That was the first 5-man, wipe for TNC. From there on, they never really recuperated. And I mean, I said it. Like, where was the damage supposed to come from? It was Draw Ranger, it was Leshrac, but it just didn't really happen. And now, of course, we had that problem. BKB charges running low, so that was not the case. And also look at the Draw Ranger's items. They're just not...
What items?
Yeah, what items? They're not as big as we expected him to be, even though he had a good start into the game. He had some decent fights, but he just never got the right items in this game because he was shut down later on.
And also, I think in this particular game, we see the maximum upside of Winter Wyvern. Being able to completely block out all physical damage against a draft that has mostly physical damage, well, that sounds pretty good to me. Garden Angel, maybe not as appealing anymore. Sorry, Omni Knight, you've been replaced by a Giant Dragon, but Winter Wyvern, he really didn't do that much in the early game, but later on, if they didn't have him, that would have been a much different game.
Yeah, and with this now, guys, again, looking into the loser bracket, we have GGuard staying in the loser bracket. Of course, TNC, they have to go home. We have Mineski still as a representative of the Philippines, of course, staying in the tournament, which will be one of the upcoming matches. But yeah, I'm proud because now the Malaysian guys here, they can cheer still for one team out of their, on their home turf.
It's nice to have the cheering in the crowd. Makes it feel like huge, big thing. But guys, in just a little bit, we're going to send it back to the stage. Hopefully get a couple of words from GGuard, probably Winter again, although, I don't know, maybe someone else wants to step up and say a few words. But yeah, just going to send it back to the stage. So, guys.